Sorry about the error, guys. There was just an issue with the settings. Some reason it was on private. So if you're watching this video, goal was just to give you an overview of the outline for the day for you guys. Number one, the class survey, which is going to be used for attendance purposes. If you're on Classroom, you want to make sure you get into that survey for feedback. This will allow you to give me some feedback about how the class is going for you, and important that you get in and do that. From there, I've got some work for you and some stuff for you to view. There is charts for you guys to actually look at, and I'm going to pull those charts up so you can see those and have me sort of navigate them for you. For naming and formula writing, these charts are very useful when you're learning things. Some people have asked some questions about this, so I've put these charts up here for you. These charts also contain the acid naming rules. You don't have to worry about that section of the chart for now. If you follow the rest of the chart, it leads you to name everything correctly. For example, if you're writing formulas, you have to see if there's prefixes. If there's prefixes, yes, you go to molecular compounds, you use the prefix to figure out the subscript, done. All right, that's when you're like, because it's easy. If there's no prefixes, and there's metals, of course, you're in ionic compounds. And then, of course, you have to decide whether it's a D block element. If it has that Roman numeral, use the Roman numeral to actually get the charge. If there's no Roman numeral, then you get the charge from your periodic table and write the name of the metal down. Or use the charge from the metal. If you see the IDE suffix, that means you're using a regular element from the periodic table, and you get the charge and do the crisscross rule. If there's no IDE, that means it's a polyatomic ion. You use the back of your periodic table to get the charge and do the crisscross rule. That's sort of the brief summary of that one. And then, if you want to look at the other one quickly, if you're naming something from a formula, is there a metal first or NH4? If the answer is yes, it's something that's ionic. We go down that track. Is it a transition metal, lead, or tin? If that's yes, you got to get the T chart out and figure out what that Roman numeral is. If the answer is no, you just use the metal name and you're there. After the metal, then you have to decide whether you have more than one element after. If the answer is yes, that means the polyatomic ions are in play. You use the back of your table. If the answer is no, you just have to use the anion name. Chlorine goes to chloride, fluorine goes to fluoride. If there is no metal first, then automatically you're going to using the prefixes. Again, no acid naming rules in play at this point, but this chart's such a useful tool, I wanted to share it with you to help you get you guys off the ground. After that, you'll see that I've posted answer sheets on the Classroom page for you. The answer sheets I have for you is the answers to mixed naming 2. Take a look at that, compare it with your answers, double check those, and then ultimately I have another practice naming sheet for all. It'll be our last sort of practice sheet that we'll use. And then the Wednesday work is the scientific notation packet. Being a Flex Wednesday, you guys have that extra piece, and for that I tried to keep it light, a little review. There's the answers to the naming, a little review of scientific notation, and basically just scan you through that quickly so you know what you're seeing here. If you've never seen scientific notation before, it basically teaches you it. Going into and out of scientific notation are the first 2 pages, and then there's some practice exercises. And then it talks you how to do multiplication and division, step by step, and there's some practice problems. So again, sorry about the confusion with the video settings. Hopefully you guys are able to get to work, and we will see you on Thursday.